Today I'm so excited because I will bring you along as we prepare our celebration of Hanukkah in our Orthodox Sephardic Jewish home. I will not only explain to you how we celebrate Hanukkah, but also its deeper meaning, including why we use all the items you see on Hanukkah, like the 9 branches menorah or Chanukiah, the shamash, the dreidels, why we light with oil and eat special food on this festival of the miracle of lights. I will explain all this while the children and I are preparing our Hanukkah, our favorite Hanukkah decorations, hostess gifts, special food, games, and so much more. And whether you are Jewish, Christian, Muslim, or any other faith, thank you so much for being here. It really means the world to me. I truly believe that by you being here, it creates bridges between our respective faith, and it helps us to get closer to bring peace in this world, God willing, especially in this auspicious time for miracles in many of our faith. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Sara Malka, and on my channel, I share all facets of my Orthodox Sephardic Jewish life as a full-time working mom with small kiddos. So please don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Let me put on a pretty tehol, and let's jump into it. Today is so special because my clinic finished early, so I'm able to come back home and I can start to decorate our Orthodox Sephardic Jewish home for Hanukkah and surprise my husband and children. Rest assured, I will only start to prepare the house for Hanukkah because for me it is so important for the children to be involved in the preparations of every holiday so they get a personal connection to each and every one of them. And if you've never been to our home before, welcome! This is our starting point for today. I begin with these 2 little signs that I place in our bookcases. On a side note, you will notice that Jewish homes will be decorated in blue and white for Hanukkah, and that is because white is the color of purity, blue evokes feelings of serenity and trust, and all these qualities are an integral part of the story of Hanukkah. Then we take out the Chanukiahs. These Chanukiahs are so special because they were made by our children. A thing to notice is that the Chanukiahs have 9 branches compared to the menorah that was in our holy temple, which had 7 branches. While I place all the Chanukiahs around our living room, let me explain to you why we use these candelabra or 9 branches menorahs. Some 2100 years ago, the land of Israel came under the rule of the Syrian Greek Emperor Antiochus. He issued a series of decrees designed to force his Hellenistic ideology and ritual upon the Jewish people. He outlawed the study of Torah and the observance of its commandments and defiled the Holy Temple in Jerusalem with Greek idols. A small, vastly outnumbered band of Jews called Maccabees waged battle against the mighty Greek armies and drove them out of the land. When they reclaimed the Holy Temple on the 25th of Kislev, they wished to light the temple's menorah, only to discover that the Syrian Greeks had stolen the golden menorah. The Maccabees made a new menorah, but since the Syrian Greeks had spoiled almost all the oil used to light the menorah, it was a true miracle for the Maccabees to find 1 small jar of pure oil bearing the seal of the high priest Yohanan. This quantity of oil was enough to last 1 night, and it would take 8 days to make new pure oil. Miraculously, the 1-day supply of oil lasted 8 days and nights, and the holiday of Hanukkah was established. To commemorate and publicize these miracles, we light the Chanukah menorah, or Chanukiah, on each of the 8 nights of Hanukkah. Hence the other name of Hanukkah, Festival of the Miracle of Lights. On a side note, I make a point to put our children's Chanukiah front and center in our living room so our children can be proud of their work, and albeit they might not be as aesthetic as store-bought ones, but I really think they are so much prettier because they are so much more meaningful. Are you like that too? Do you decorate your home with meaningful things more than pretty things just because they have a story attached to them? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments below. Next, I do my little Hanukkah Village. I use a small table that belonged to my grandparents, and in a way, I feel I'm including them in our celebration. I cover it with a white tablecloth that my mom offered us. I am so grateful to be able to have heirlooms to decorate our home for every holiday, and especially for Hanukkah, because for me, Hanukkah has this intrinsic message that together, united, we are stronger and we can conquer everything with the help of God. I fill the base of the tray with some lavender-scented Epsom salt to create some faux snow. I go through the Epsom salt and I take out the clumps of salt to make an even base. While I create my Hanukkah Village, let me explain to you why we have this tradition in our family. First and foremost, let me clarify that this is not a tradition you will see in every Jewish home. As a little girl, I remember walking outside with my whole family, including my grandparents, to see the Chanukias burning bright in the windows of our Jewish neighbors during Hanukkah. When I came home, I started to recreate the sceneries I saw on our Hanukkah walks with my wooden blocks. And from year to year, the Hanukkah house became a village, and I kept doing my Hanukkah Village until this day. And I really hope to pass on this tradition to my children as well. The next step in our preparation for Hanukkah is to prepare our main Chanukiah. I prepare a small table where we will put our Chanukiah by covering it with a white tablecloth. As Sephardic Orthodox Jews, it is important for us for the Chanukiah not to be below 3 tefachim or 12 inches from the floor. I place a tray on the table as often the dripping of the lighting candle will fall on the table. On a side note, the light of the menorah should not be above 80 centimeters or 31 inches from the floor as well. Our Chanukiah has 8 cups corresponding to the 8 lights of Hanukkah, which correspond to the 8 days of the miracle of the lights that took place on Hanukkah. There is a 9th branch that is a bit above the menorah. It is called the shamash or garden light, and for us as Sephardic Jews, it will be facing us when we light. The shamash is there to prevent us from using the menorah to light a room, for example, or to read, as the role of the Chanukiah is solely there to commemorate the miracle that happened on Hanukkah and not to be used for mundane tasks. We always put our Chanukiah in front of a window to publicize the miracle of Hanukkah. Like we do on Shabbat, we light our Chanukiah with oil. To do that, we use these small glass cups. Usually they come in a pack of 9. Some people will use candles to light their menorah, and it's perfectly fine, but we prefer to use oil not only to commemorate the miracle of the oil on Hanukkah, but also because the flames created by the oil are so beautiful. The bottom line is that you can use candles or oil as long as the flame stays lit for at least 30 minutes after being ignited. To secure the glass cup on the menorah, we use our famous trick, which is using silly putty. We roll a small piece in our hands, making a small snake, and we put it around the base of the glass cup, so the cup stays nice and balanced. We can then simply put the glass cup on the menorah, pressing it firmly to assure adherence, and voila, we have a secured glass cup on our menorah. The fact that the silly putty is in a silver color also helps to hide it. We have been using this trick for years, and it is a true game changer. To use the cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil as fuel to create the most beautiful flame, we use these wicks and floaters. The floaters are made with a thin layer of aluminum on top to keep the floater from burning up, and there is cork at the bottom to keep the wick at the surface of the oil. Another trick for the wicks to catch on fire with ease is to separate the threads of the wick so they ignite with ease on Hanukkah. Contrary to our Ashkenazi brothers, we do not use the shamash or guardian light to ignite the other lights of the menorah. As Sephardic Jews, we use a small candle made out of beeswax, since the main reason the shamash is lit is to avoid a benefit from the light of the Hanukkah candles. Before I go to our next Hanukkah prep project, I will add some lights to add a sense of peace to our Hanukkah decor. And of course, always verify that they work before placing them to avoid doing all the work and then finding out they are not working. I add lights under the snow to create some interest. I also add some lights on the decorative menorah in the back, as well as around all the menorahs. I cannot wait to see the reaction of our children when they will see all the lights at night. Next up, our Hanukkah hot cocoa and coffee station. Once again, you will not find it in all Jewish homes, but it is customary to give food to visitors. So for us, we made a food and treat hub via our coffee and hot cocoa station. I change the theme of our coffee station with every season. My first step will be to empty the station, clean the table, milk frother. I also remove the calcium buildup in the kettle with every change of season. To do that, very simple. Today I am using citric acid that I get on Amazon, or you can use pure vinegar instead of the water and citric acid mix. I fill the bottom of my kettle with water or the pure vinegar, add the citric acid, and let it boil. And voila, within a few minutes, we have a clean kettle without using any harsh chemicals. I also cleaned the catch-all of the Nespresso machine, and you would be surprised how much can be gathered at the bottom of the catch-all, especially with the children using the Nespresso machine to make their hot cocoa. While I cleaned the catch-all of the Nespresso machine with soap and water, I wanted to take this opportunity and thank each and every one of you for sending me Scrub Daddy sponges. Every time I use them, I think of you. Of course, I will also clean the Nespresso machine with the Scrub Daddy sponge. I place everything back, then I add our seasonal treats. While I fill our jars, let me explain to you why we do this coffee or hot cocoa station here in our foyer every Hanukkah. It has been our tradition for years to make a coffee station in our foyer for Hanukkah because we have people that are visiting us, thank God, and we always want for them to feel welcome, and we find that it is a great way to say a quick thank you for being here to our friends and family. Giving food and hot beverages is also a lovely way to say thank you for helping us to our lovely delivery people, our mailman, and whoever comes to our door, even people that are collecting money for charity. We want to make sure that they also feel appreciated and cared for. It takes just a moment to say, "Can I offer you a hot drink and a snack?" And automatically, in some way, it unites us and creates a positive memory in our interactions, which is again a central theme in Hanukkah. I have been so impressed how this simple gesture can create such a beautiful moment and bring a smile on someone's face. I have the feeling you do the same and you take care of people who come to your home, and I'm curious to know, what do you do to make sure people around you feel special during the holiday season? Let me know in the comments below. I add a Hanukkah tray, and finally I will finish off by adding a banner, a menorah, some lights to the coffee station to make it more pretty. Now that our hot cocoa coffee station is complete, let's continue to nourish our goal to bring love in our home and a sense of belonging, as they are central themes to the story of Hanukkah. To make sure our guests feel warm and cozy when they come visit us during Hanukkah, we prepare these donut socks. As you know, donuts or sufganiyot are one of the emblematic food for Hanukkah. I take a fluffy pair of socks. These ones come from the dollar store. I flip one inside out. Then I place it inside the other sock that I left the right side up. I roll the socks together outwardly, and little by little we see the shape of a donut appear. I love this design on the sock as it looks like a little I love you donut. I repeat the same process with socks with different designs to give a choice of style to our friends and visitors. We wrap them in a cellophane bag and write the size on each bag. We're going to leave a basket filled with these donut socks at the door so everyone can feel free to take one to keep their toesies all nice and toasty while they're visiting us. Finally, the girls are back from school and I cannot wait to see their reaction.
Wow, so nice. Yeah, very pretty. Very nice.
Because it is so important for me to include our children in the preparation of any holiday, including Hanukkah, I let them have fun with the jelly decorations for the windows. We do these preparations to celebrate Hanukkah as a family, to create everlasting positive memories for our children and for them to associate happiness, love, and togetherness with our Jewish holidays. Our girls worked so hard to place the jelly on the windows, and I'm so proud of them because they stayed focused and determined to complete all the project. What do you think of their work? Let them know in the comments below. A few hours before Hanukkah, the girls put the oil in the cups of the menorah, then the water. They also make sure the wicks are prepared and that we have everything we need to light the menorah, including the matches and the candles. They set up a beautiful Hanukkah table with special cups and decorations. At night, my husband will recite the blessings of Hanukkah. He lights the Chanukiah, and the way we light the menorah is from left to right. He finishes by lighting the shamash or guardian candle. Then comes one of my favorite parts of the night, singing Hanukkah songs as a family. After singing, we bask in the lights of the menorah. Then we enjoy all kinds of oily food, including homemade donuts, latkes, pizza, and so many other food that are not so healthy, but we only enjoy them once a year on Hanukkah to commemorate the miracle of the oil. Finally, we play endless rounds of dreidel while enjoying our donut-shaped hot cocoa bombs until our Hanukkah lights go out, telling us it is time to go to bed and dream of the next day of Hanukkah. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me. And know that in my book, you are a miracle just by being here. If you're here until the end, please write in the comments, I love unity, so I know I was not alone. And if nobody told you today, know that you are loved and you are enough just the way you are. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and don't forget to frum it up.